Beware the beast man, for he is the devil's pawn. Alone among God's primates, he kills for sport, or lust, or greed.
The only good human is a dead human!
Hello toy collectors and YouTubers, this is Film School 93 with another authentic Legends and Collectibles toy review, and today's toys we'll be reviewing Super 7's Planet of the Apes ReAction action figures taken from the 1968 movie as well as its sequel Beneath the Planet of the Apes with the Journal Ursus action figure. These action figures are designed to look like action figures from the late 1970s, early 1980s vintage 3.75 Kenner look from the original Star Wars line of toys. And the artwork on this is amazing, done by Ed Ripka. I love the design on these boxes. I'm just excited about these action figures. I had been waiting for these since I saw the 20th anniversary on TBS when I was a little kid. So there we go. Look at the artwork though on this. Zira here and packaged looking like Kim Hunter on the card there. Okay, same with Cornelius, Ronnie McDowell. Love it. Look at this. I just excited, so excited. Been waiting for these since Super 7 announced these back in the day, and now here they are, ready to be reviewed by myself today. Words can't even express what I'm feeling right now. Look at the artwork, look at the detail on these packaged cards. They've done a great job at Super 7. I can't wait to open these. Yes, I'm gonna open these, and we're gonna take a look at all these action figures today with the Planet of the Apes action figures. All right, let's start here with Journal Ursus. Look at this. Love the artwork on this. Looks amazing. Looks fantastic. Look right here. It says, even tells you Beneath the Planet of the Apes and the year that it came out, 1970. That's pretty neat. I like that. And of course, the famous scene here at the top. Let me go and focus in a little bit. Let's see if I can focus. The famous scene at the top of the ending of Planet of the Apes with the Statue of Liberty where Taylor realizes he's on Earth the whole entire time. I just love the artwork done by Ed Ripka. And then at the bottom, a ReAction logo looking like Kenner. Love the packaging. Well, let's see. Make sure that there's no bends, no tears. I'm usually get really good packaging here with Super 7, so I have nothing to worry about. And then the back looking like a vintage card if you will, from the 1970s, late 1980s, or I'm sorry, late 1970s, early 1980s. But let's go ahead and take a look at this package and just see what it looks like out of the package. Here he is, Journal Ursus. Look at the detail on this. Super 7 did not miss anything. Look, even have a little gun with a holster there. Obviously, it doesn't come out, but that's fine. And then his boots and the detail, the paint apps are excellent on this. The sculpt looks magnificent. I'm impressed. And his head turns, so we'll go and turn them, make sure that it doesn't pop off. And his arms, make sure the arms move. And this is a 5-point articulation to look like vintage 1970s, 1980s action figures. They did a great job here. And he comes with an accessory. He wouldn't be a guerrilla leader without his ape rifle, if you will. And that looks pretty good in detail. Just not much, but just a little piece of plastic here. Let's see which hand I can put him in. I don't know. It doesn't go in that hand. Maybe this hand. And maybe they're not really meant to be held. I don't know. Who cares? Because these are Planet of the Apes action figures. I love it. Looking good. All right, Dr. Zaius. Love the artwork of him, of Maurice Evans. And of course, here it says Planet of the Apes 1968 when this particular Dr. Zaius appeared. Love the artwork. ReAction logo looking like Kenner at the bottom. Okay, we'll go and make sure there's no bends, no tears on the card. Make sure everything looks good. Of course, the back, once again, looking like vintage card in the back. And here we go. And it looks great. Let's take him out of the package. All right, Dr. Zaius. Now, the detail as far as looking like Maurice Evans is not like all there, but it's supposed to look like a vintage toy from the 1970s, 1980s, like Kenner did with Star Wars. And so I'm happy with that. That's what I want, is a 3.75 action figure. That's the height of this. This isn't the big tall ones. So I really like this. The detail, the paint job on this is amazing. And it is designed to look old-fashioned, and that's what I like about all these toys from Super 7 and the ReAction line. Look at the detail. Look at his feet. Look at his feet boots. I always thought that was funny in the movie as a kid. And here it is now in plastic as a toy. This is so cool. Let's go and do the 5-point articulation test. Make sure his head doesn't pop off here. And it doesn't. We'll go and do his arms here. And make sure they don't pop off. Nothing's going to pop off here. I can always count on Super 7 with great action figure design. And nothing falling apart. As always, this toy looks great. And his accessory that he comes with is his cane. Yeah. And this plastic, it almost looks like it's a more of a clear plastic than the regular like solid plastic, if you will, and it's not painted, just sculpted just like that with no paint apps, and it's kind of hard to figure out how his cane should go, and I'm not for sure. Maybe not, maybe this way. There you go, there we go. I'll hold it like that. There's Dr. Zaius. And my personal favorite, Ronnie McDowell, is Cornelius. And right here it says Planet of the Apes from 1968. Look at that artwork. I love Ed Ripka's artwork. He does great on these cards. I'm so glad Super 7 has hired him to do their work for them on the cards. There's the Kenner ReAction logo at the bottom, if you will. Let me go and focus and see it right there, looking like Kenner. Now let's make sure that there's no bends, no tears. Nothing's going to break. Always can have trust to Super 7 with packaging and sending these action figures to me with not falling apart out of the card. All right, here's Cornelius out of the card. Once again, not looking a lot like Cornelius or Ronnie McDowell, but it's not supposed to be major detail because it's supposed to look like a 1970s, 1980s action figure. But it is great detail. Look at that. I am just amazed at how they did the paint apps, and there, once again, the little feet boots. I love it. I think that looks so cool. I'm so glad that Super 7 finally came out with some retro, vintage-looking action figures of the Planet of the Apes. It's about time, and I'm looking forward to playing with these with my son, an 8-year-old son. We're gonna have a great time with this, and even my daughter. She's 7 years old and she loves to play with these action figures. Go and test the arms out as well. Make sure that they don't fall apart. Make sure the head doesn't fall apart. 5-point articulation. Everything's going good. And he looks great. And his accessory, if you will, is a rolling pin with just one part so he can roll some tortillas. No, I'm just kidding. It's I believe it's the ancient ape scrolls or their history, or maybe even archaeology that, because that's what Cornelius did, going on a big old adventure or something. But it looks more like he's going to, a mallet, and he's going to hit somebody with it, a club. But I'm assuming that's what it is. So there's Cornelius. All right. Zira. Kim Hunter, looking like her on that artwork there. Planet of the Apes 1968 with the Planet of the Apes logo at the top. Looking great with ReAction Kenner logo at the bottom. Let's make sure that there's no bends, no tears on the card. Looking great. Like I said, Super 7 always packages these well when they ship them to me, so I can never have any doubt of anything bad happening with shipping. Let's go and take her out of the package. Here's Zira. Oh, wow. She looks great. I like the sculpt on this. This I really like. They've done a good job on that. And kind of that robe, if you will, Princess Leia type robe dress thing, how they did on the vintage Princess Leia. Same thing kind of going on here with this, the style of Zira. And there's her feet. I love the feet. I'm sorry. I'm still a little kid thinking that's funny. And then to go make sure that her head doesn't pop off, okay? And make sure that her arms don't and nothing falls apart. Love the paint apps on this. Very simple, very, very good in detail. And I'm just loving this action figure. And no accessories with this one. And here is Nova. Look at that. Looking like Linda Harrison. This is just amazing. And of course, there's the artwork, Planet of the Apes of 1968, Nova. Oh, wow. Boy, that artwork is something else. Okay, let's go make sure there's no bends, no tears. Make sure that this was packaged just right. And let's go and take Nova out of the package, shall we? Now, this Nova looks nothing like Linda Harrison, unfortunately. I'm not for sure who it looks like. It looks like somebody familiar, but I'm not for sure. But the detail on it's still great. With the outfit there on her, and looking like Nova's from the Planet of the Apes movies, and the sculpt's great. Looking like you would for a vintage look. Let's make sure that our arms don't fall off, and you can't. Let's go into the legs first. I'm sorry, I never forget the legs. But it's real good, solid plastic, and I really like it. But her head can't turn because of Nova's long hair in the back, which is great detail. It's not a big deal, so I'm happy with that. But it looks good overall. And even look at the detail on the feet. You can even see the nail shapes in her feet. That's the attention that they've in detail that they put into this, and I like that. But you know, oh, I know who this looks like now. I'm going to tell you this looks like John Lennon. And here is Charlton Heston Taylor, and you can see the artwork looks like Charlton Heston a little bit. I'm sure they had to get permission, or maybe they didn't get the rights to his likeness, but they did a good job. Ed Ripka did a great job on the artwork, and I'm happy with the way this looks. So let's go ahead and make sure there's no bends, no tears, make sure everything's packaged in just right. I can always count on Super 7. All right, let's open up Colonel Taylor. Here he is, and he looks nothing, the sculpt looks nothing like Charlton Heston, more like Paul Hogan crossed with Matthew Modine. But I think that this action figure looks great. The sculpt looks great in his muscles and the detail there, even the belly button. And then you did have his feet, even the same thing as Nova's, really good in the sculpture with the nails and all that. And I think it's great. Great paint apps, great everything on this. And I'm just amazed on how they designed this. And there's, of course, the copyright of the action figure and the bag. But yeah. There is Colonel Taylor. So let's go ahead and do the 5-point articulation test. Make sure the arms don't fall off, the head doesn't pop off. This toy's been designed not to do that, so excellent. And his accessory, he also comes with an ape rifle, if you will. The same thing, it's in the same color, same plastic, solid plastic, no paint app on it or nothing. And once again, I'm not sure how you're supposed to put it in his hand, but maybe this hand. I don't know. But either way, I am ready to play with these Planet of the Apes. I can't even get this rifle in his hand. My goodness, maybe this hand? Okay, well, I'm ready to play with these Planet of the Apes action figures from Super 7.
Not fell, flew.
Flight is a scientific impossibility.
And even if it weren't, why fly? Where would it get you? I'm in charge of this man.
No longer, madam. He is now in the custody of the Ministry of Science.
Take your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty ape! I said shut up! It's a madhouse! A madhouse! I know who I am. But who are you? How in hell did this upside-down civilization get started? Oh, my God. I'm back. I'm home. All the time it was. We finally, really did it. You maniacs! You blew it up! Oh, damn you!
I got the Planet of the Apes ReAction action figures from Super 7, where they have beyond great customer service, super fast shipping. Just click on the link below and get your Planet of the Apes action figures today. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and in the meantime, MTFBWY, always.